Hi friends, I'm very thankful to you for the outstanding response you have shown in the first video, and touch wood, you have literally made my day. Today I received calls from US, from Russia, from Sri Lanka, from Maldives, from Philippines, and also from my students who have seen the video. And I received the responses that let's try to clarify this word or the other set of words. So I'm happy with the response, and today I'm taking this opportunity to explain you the session 2. So I'm prepared, and hopefully you are equally well prepared for the session 2. So let's begin this class. Let's try to improvise and accelerate our knowledge, our ken in the language. I'm sure together we can do that. In case you have any problems in this video, I'll also post my details, my email address, and in case you have any questions, any answers, we will also have a question answer session in which I'll try to answer all your questions. So are we all set to start with vocabulary session 2? Alright, so let's start. The first word is candor. Candor means honest and straightforward. If somebody explains you with his lifetime experiences in a very candor manner, it means the person is trying to explain it in a very honest and straightforward way. Sometimes our parents, our relatives, or our dear ones, when they explain to us something, it's not in your favor. Don't do that. So they say something in a very candor manner, sometimes we feel very bad about it. But when the experiences, when we receive the responses in a very straightforward manner, we can obviously say that I really appreciate your candor behavior, and I'm absolutely going to think about it. And if we implement the things in a candor way in our professional or our personal life, success will automatically come to us. Let's proceed to the second word. Second word is a very special word. It means coerce. Coerce means to pressurize someone against the wishes of the person. Let's say if somebody says to you, please sign on these property documents and I will be the owner of the property that belongs to you today. So you're not willing to sell your property. You're not willing to sign on the property documents. But if somebody forces you, somebody forces you, somebody pressurizes you in that particular situation, you have to do that. You have no choice. Just sign on this document. So if you don't want to do that, you have the opportunity. You don't want to do that, don't sign. But if somebody says you have to do that, it means at that particular moment the person is trying to coerce you. The third word is complicancy. So in the Indian subcontinent, you will not hear about this word too often, but if you go to US, UK and Canada, you will come across this word complicancy. Complicancy means when you receive extreme satisfaction. For example, if you're thirsty. So when you're thirsty, you need some water to drink, or some drops of water will also work. But if somebody offers you some gold and silver, can gold and silver kill your thirst? It's literally not possible. So at that very moment when you're absolutely thirsty, even some drops of water are going to help you to gain the maximum complicancy. Next word is debase. Debase means to reduce the quality of something. For example, if you have prepared a soup for 4 people and on the same particular day 10 guests come to your place. So instead of 4 people, you need to serve to additional 6 people. So what you can do, you can pour more boiled water, add more spices and blend the spices in the soup. And if you serve that soup to 10 people, the quality of the soup might debase and the quantity is going to increase. So debase means to reduce the quality of any particular thing. Let's proceed on to the fifth word. Fifth word is decry. If you strongly disagree on something, I'm repeating this word. If you strongly disagree on something, then you can use the word decry. For example, if I offer a red color balloon to a small boy, And between the age group of 3 to 7, we start developing our own taste and preferences of colors. Even at a very young age, even a boy of 2 years old will say, okay, I'm willing to take this balloon. So if they decry to take a yellow color balloon, it means the choice is there and the small kid wants a different color balloon. So sometimes we need to offer the same color which the children are looking at. And in your professional life, if you do not agree on something, you can decry to the proposal given to you. If your organization offers you a project and you're not willing to take that project for whatever reasons, you can decry that proposal if you think you're not the right fit, or if you think that there is some problem and you need more training, or there are some better people in your organization who can do it in a better way. Next word is diligent. Diligent is a very special word and it will be used quite often, and we often see this word in the competitive examinations as well. Diligent means exact. Let's say there are 10 steps to complete a process. So if you follow the 10 steps in a diligent manner, it means you're following the complete process in the absolutely impeccable manner. Let's move on to the seventh word. Seventh word is elated. Elated means when you are absolutely happy, when you are in the best of your spirits. So if your parents plan for a vacation to Europe, to Switzerland, to France, to Italy and other countries, so you are in a very elated mood, and at that point of time you can diligently tell your friends, let's decry to go to any other country because my parents have approved my proposal to go to Europe. Let's continue on the eighth word. Alright, we are working very fine today. Erudite. Erudite is a very special word. This word can be used in the speaking module in any kind of interview, and at the same point of time this word comes very often in the competitive exams, especially in the reading unseen passages. So erudite means if somebody has a profound knowledge and at the same point of time that person is able to implement his acumen, his traits, his values in the absolute optimum manner. For example, our Honorable Prime Minister is an erudite person. Our leaders are erudite because they are able to make diligent decisions. My father is an erudite person and he continues to explain about his lifetime experiences in a candid manner because he always forces me to stay away from anything that impacts my personal or professional life. Let's move on to the ninth word. Ninth word is hypocrisy. There are some people who lie to us. For example, if I go to a party and if a person says to me, I'm a millionaire, I have 10 villas and I have also employed 200 people in my organization. So I'll be happy to listen to all what a hypocrite says. If that person is lying, then the person is a hypocrite. And that situation, whatever he's explaining, it is hypocrisy because somewhere down the line, the truth will be revealed. Whether he's a billionaire or he's a very poor person or he belongs to middle class or whatever he's saying is absolutely not true. Let's move on to the 10th word. The 10th word is impeccable. I used this word already. Impeccable. So impeccable is a very special word. Impeccable is something which is flawless, which is absolutely right. The erudite doctor treated the patient in an impeccable manner and thus the patient had an elated experience. Okay, so let's try to revise the 10 words very quickly. Candor means honest and straightforward approach. Okay, my neighbors are highly candor because they always explain to me all the things in an impeccable manner. Our Prime Minister coursed the economy to grow, and India's economy is growing at a rate of 6.8%. This is what media and the financial growth of the country says. Complicancy, the leadership gave me a lot of complicancy And I hope the leadership should not be debased in the upcoming years. Hypocrisy. He explains so many bad things to us in the party, and thus it will not be wrong if we call him a hypocrite. Decry is to deny something strongly. If you don't want to take a favor from someone, another person is giving you a favor and you tend to decry that proposal, you can use this word. Diligent is exact. If you follow something exactly as a real conformist. So what a real conformist does, a real conformist follows a diligent approach in the exactly same manner. Elated means happy. So if somebody offers us a box of chocolates or something that makes us happy, that gives a lot of complicancy, so we are highly elated. Erudite is a special person who has a lot of acumen and he uses his acumen in the right direction. We can say late Shri Rabindranath Tagore was an erudite person. Impeccable, something who is flawless, something who has done something in a very good way. So impeccable is a very special word. We can say that in the last 10 years, so many impeccable things are done in our nation and we are really proud of it. So let's move on to the 11th word. I'm just going to rub everything so that we are absolutely prepared for the next set of 10 words. Alright, so let's move on. I'm on the 11th word now. 11th word is very similar to elated. It is jubilant. So if you are happy, you are elated. But if you are more than elated, if you are a bit happy, this is a higher degree. So the children who are highly jubilant, when they were allowed to go to a public park on a special day. Okay. 12th word is maverick. So maverick is a very special word. In an interview, if somebody asks you, can you explain yourself in one word? You cannot say jubilant, but you can always say maverick. Why? Because maverick is a person who tends to take his independent decisions because he or she is an erudite person who is able to decide what is wrong and what is right for him. For example, if somebody says, I have 100,000 US dollars to invest in a business, so a maverick person is able to input his capital in the right way and he is able to reap the real benefits because he literally knows what is right and wrong. And even a maverick person can also suffer losses because we know that in business we can suffer losses. But a maverick person is not dependent on others to make his own firm decisions. Let's move on to the 13th word. 13th word is myriad. Very special word. So myriad is something which is infinite, something which cannot be counted. Can we count how many stars are there in the sky? Can we count how many planets are there in the different galaxies? Because in the Vedas, we know that there are so many extra planets outside our Milky Way galaxy. So we can say there are myriad stars in the sky. If you ask a question, can you tell me how many dreams you have in your life? So we can start counting 1 to 10, then on the next day we will have another set of dreams. It's absolutely impossible to count the number of dreams. But in simpler words, we can say, I am a maverick person who has myriad dreams to accomplish in my life. And if you want to add more vocabulary words, so in the last session we have done a word like pristine, in my pristine life. We can do that. 14th word, nadir. Very special word, nadir. Nadir means the lowest point of everything. For example, there are 10 teams in a competition, and if your team is not able to perform for whatever professional reasons, you can say my team is currently at its nadir. It means that you have the potential to reach at the top. When you will move at the topmost position is zenith, Z-E-N-I-T-H. But currently, if you are the 10th team and there are total 10 teams in the competition, so your team is currently at its nadir, unfortunately, but this is a polite way of saying something, my team is at it nade. If I say my team is the bottom performer, it's a very blunt word and everyone will feel bad about it. But nade means we are currently at the bottom, but we still have the tendency to reach at our zenith. Okay, let's move on. The 15th word. 15th word is nuance. Nuance is a very special word, and please try to understand this word clearly. Nuance means to find out the minuscule or the minute differences. Let's say there are two identical paintings, and if somebody asks you, can you find out the difference between the two paintings? So as a layman, it is very difficult to find out the difference. Perhaps the signature or the specimen of the painter might be different in the paintings, or in one of the paintings the sun is shown, in one of the paintings the bird is missing. So we need to find out. How we are going to find out? We need to observe the differences between the two paintings. So we need to observe the differences. Once we observe the differences, we are able to view the paintings in a nuanced manner, and thus it is possible for us to observe the differences. So in real life as well, if we need to conquer our phobias, we need to carefully review ourselves. What are our weak areas and what are our strengths? So we need to always work on the weak areas in order to convert all our weaknesses into strengths. So all the teachers, all the loved ones, all the people who are in your favor, they will always find out the weak areas and they will pinpoint the weak areas, because they are going to identify the nuance changes within your personality or nuance weaknesses. And if you're able to conquer the nuance weaknesses, we will become highly triumphant in our life. Let's proceed. 16th word. 16th word is plethora. So many students continue to ask me, what is plethora? Because plethora is a word which is discussed on media, it's discussed on multiple other journals as well. So plethora means something which is in excess. In other words, we say many. So for example, if you have 20 coins in your pocket, so you can say, I have plethora of coins in my pocket. If you have 3 laptops, so we are going to use one laptop at one point of time, or maximum 2 laptops, so you're not going to navigate all the 3 laptops together. So you can say, I have plethora of laptops in my room. Next word, it's very interesting, next word, and this word will be used in the test very often. Abominable. Abominable means something which is intolerable, something which is unpleasant, something which is disgusting. We often use the word disgusting, something which you cannot tolerate. For example, if there is a foul smell, and it's very difficult for a pregnant woman to bear the abominable smell. In the same way, if something is intolerable, we can use this word. Let's move on to the next word. Next word is abstain. So in different religions in my nation India and across the world, we tend to do fast. So if we are fasting on particular day, so we are worshipping to God and we are stopping ourselves from taking food, or sometimes we are stopping ourselves from taking juices or some drinks. So even at that point of time when you're fasting, there are some people who are eating in front of you, or they're drinking, or they are taking delicious dishes, or they're ordering it from the restaurant or from Zomato or other tools. But at that point of time, we need to restrict ourselves. In other words, we need to abstain ourselves from eating ice creams, from drinking juices, from drinking other things, so from taking food. So when we abstain ourselves, so it is an intentional restriction put by us. It means we abstain ourselves. Let's move on to the 19th word. 19th word is a very special word. Please remember this word. Capricious. One of my favorite. Capricious means unpredictable. The weather is capricious. The wine is capricious. Whatever is unpredictable, for which you cannot predict what can happen, it is unpredictable. Recently we have seen the formation of the government in the state of Karnataka. So who knew that this is going to happen? So the results were highly capricious. Next word is abduct. So it is a bad word. Abduct means to kidnap someone, to abduct someone forcefully. So we can say the little child was abducted in public, and then the police caught the person on the same day. So abduct is to kidnap someone. Let's have a quick recap now. I hope you remember all the words. Jubilant means when we are absolutely happy. So if somebody gives you a new pen, you will be absolutely jubilant. Maverick. Are you maverick? If you are maverick, then please underline this word today. It will definitely change your life, because now you need to take your own calculated decisions. If you can do that, you are a maverick person. Myriad means many. It's not many, it's infinite, which cannot be counted. So there are myriad dreams I need to accomplish in my pristine life. Good. Nadir means the lowest point of everything. My friend is currently at its nadir, but he will attain his zenith in his life. Nuance means to identify the subtle differences. If we are able to identify the subtle changes that have happened in our nation, we are able to carefully view them in a nuanced manner. Plethora means many. There are plethora of accomplishments in my academic career. Abominable, disgusting. You hate it, you don't like it. That is abominable. The last time I visited that place, the foul smell was highly abominable. Abstain, when you stop yourself intentionally. Yesterday I was fasting, so I abstained myself from eating food. 19th is capricious, unpredictable. The storm was highly capricious. The results were highly capricious, unpredictable. Positive, negative, both. Abduct is to kidnap someone. So if somebody says he was abducted in public, it means he was kidnapped, or we see in the movies that the villain abducted someone, and then there were some crimes, what we witness in the Hollywood and the Bollywood movies. So abduct is a word which is typically used in all the action movies. Let's proceed on to the last 5 words of this session, and hope you are absolutely enjoying this session. I'm sure at the end of the lesson you will surely learn a new set of 25 words, and these words are going to change your life. Alright, let's proceed. The next word is abhorrent. Just now we have done one word, abominable. Abhorrent is on the higher degree of abominable. If something is disgusting, something is intolerable, that is abominable. If something is absolutely intolerable, which you cannot tolerate even for a single second, that is abhorrent. So abhorrent is a very special word. So when the citizens learned about the abhorrent crime, they screamed for justice outside the minister's home. So abhorrent is a very tough word. Next is formidable. Formidable means horrible. So last night I had a formidable dream. India was impacted with the pandemic, and the entire period of pandemic was highly formidable and abhorrent. Good. Next word, ablaze. I really like this word because this word has a very special meaning. Ablaze is both positive, it is equally negative. Positive if it is in your favor. So if the results are declared in a good way and everyone scored, let's say 100%, it can set an ablaze, because that kind of record did not happen. If a new law is implemented in a country and if that law is in the favor of the masses, it gets set an ablaze. But if a law is against the wishes of the people and the government implements that law. People protest against that law, and again that law can set an ablaze across the nation. Okay? So in other words, whatever is done and implemented, if it impacts a wider audiences, wider masses, it can set an ablaze. Sometimes it is formidable, sometimes it is abhorrent, but in many situations, even if it set an ablaze to certain sections of the society, it is done for the betterment of the masses. Let's proceed on to the 24th word. Next word is abnegation. So if you're fond of reading novels, I'm sure you know this word. Abnegation means when we tend to give something to someone, and even after offering our product to someone, we are absolutely happy. For example, if somebody says, I have not taken food for the last 3 days, it means the person is absolutely hungry. So if I give 1,000 rupees to that particular person, so I'm going to give a priceless possession to that person. So even if I'm giving the money to that person, that moment I am getting the sense of happiness that God has given me so much that I am able to help someone, I am able to contribute to the society. So that moment of happiness is known as abnegation. So it is our sincere request that all of us need to contribute to the society in one way or the other, whether you become a doctor, you become an engineer, you become a teacher, or even as a student when you continue to participate in mass awareness, in different campaigns that we need to maintain cleanliness, we need to fight against HIV/AIDS, we need to fight against cancer. So whatever effort, whatever time you invest on others, that movement brings you a sense of happiness. You are able to utilize this word in the best possible way. Next word I'm going to end. I hope you will not follow this. It is done typically just in order to explain to you, but do not follow it. Okay? So this word is abscond. So what do you mean by abscond? Abscond means if somebody is missing from his office. So if you are supposed to come to your office and spend, let's say, 9 hours or 8 hours on a particular day, but half of the time you're absent because you're doing your own personal work. You have a shop or you are doing your absolutely personal work which is not known to your employer. So at that particular time, we can say that you are absconding from your work. So if you're absconding, so it is not in your favor, and if the employer knows that you're absconding, the employer will set an ablaze by giving you a warning letter, and you are not going to like it. So it will be highly formidable to receive a warning letter. Perhaps your behavior will turn abhorrent and you will have a very bad day. Alright, so let's try to end this session. Let's try to quickly recap these words. Abhorrent means something which is disgusting. Last night I had an abhorrent dream. Formidable, very horrible. I do not like this business, and for me it is highly formidable to invest in this new venture. Ablaze, something which is against, something which you do not like, something which sets an ablaze across the nation. There are few things which were in favor, some people think they were against. Do you remember the policy of demonetization? So when the demonetization was announced, it set an ablaze across the nation. So the circulation of money was increased, and there are some economists who say it is absolutely in favor. There are some economists who say it's against. So we are not debating on the policy of demonetization, but any rule can set an ablaze across the nation. Abnegation, so when we do not eat something, or if we give our food to someone who needs it more. So if you have a priceless possession and you give to someone, and that handing over the priceless possession to someone brings a sense of happiness to you, so you're abnegating your priceless possession. Abscond means when you're missing from your duty, and if you're absconding from your normal course of work. So we are done with the vocabulary session 2 today. I hope you will go through these words, and I'm working on the comment section. In the comment section I'll put it open, so you are absolutely free to appreciate, and if you want to know more about some words, we will definitely continue to upload the sessions. So now I have set a name. I will upload more sessions on a regular basis. So keep watching my videos, and I'm absolutely sure if you watch each and every video in detail, you are going to have a great level in the language. And who knows, we are going to meet in person and we are going to help each other to learn the language more and more. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you a very good day. Again, I would like to tell you that I'm the author of the book Ielts Accelerate. So I teach my students on a regular basis, and in case you need any kind of guidance in order to prepare for the test, you can give me a call on my mobile number. I'll repeat my mobile number, 8826360. I repeat, 8826360. Because I have some international audiences as well, so I'm writing the country code 91. So feel free to contact me, and in case you have any query in your admissions abroad in any university, if you're struggling for your IELTS test, rest assured, just contact me. Or you can also send me an email. I'm just going to write my email here. You can contact me, and I'll be happy to support you in your online education. So my email is very simple. It's jsilrohini@gmail.com. jsilrohini@gmail.com. So you can send your questions, and in case you want to take admissions abroad, you can send your documents. I have a dedicated team who can evaluate your documents, and we will give you absolutely free of cost service. I repeat, we are giving you absolutely free of cost service, which includes not only your visa documentation, it includes free SOP building, and we will help you to compile your documentation to apply visas for you for US, Canada, UK, and many more countries. So if you want to get the things done in the right way, and if you want to find the best university or college with the maximum scholarship, then you just need to send your documents, and let's try to make this journey an absolutely flawless journey. I wish you a very happy day ahead, and thank you so much for your flawless response. Thank you very much.